Good morning. Today, let's take a moment to explore something we often overlook in our rush to achieve our goals. We're all so quick to set our sights on the end goal, aren't we? We're eager to reach that promotion, that diploma, that achievement that will finally make us feel like we've made it. But here's the truth we sometimes forget: real success, true growth, isn't just in the destination. It's in the process, in every step along the way. Embrace the journey, not just the destination. You see, life has a way of surprising us, of throwing curveballs that can shake our confidence or slow our progress. When we're only focused on reaching that final goal, it's easy to feel discouraged when things don't go as planned. But when we focus on the journey, on each small step and lesson, we start to see that every moment has value. Every setback becomes a teacher. Every tiny victory a reminder that we're getting closer. So focus on each day, each task, each choice, because that's where the real magic happens. Success doesn't come from one big leap, but from hundreds of small, intentional steps. Find purpose in every step. Sometimes the steps we have to take feel small, maybe even insignificant, but nothing we do is without purpose. Every part of the process, every bit of effort you put in, builds something far greater than just results. It builds character, resilience, and wisdom. That's the beauty of focusing on the process. It's not just about what we achieve, but who we become along the way. Every early morning, every late night, every time you push yourself just a little bit further, that's you becoming the person who can handle whatever life throws your way. Trust the power of consistency. The process is about consistency. It's about showing up every day, even when it's hard, even when it feels like you're not getting anywhere. You may not always see the results right away, but trust me, each small, consistent action is moving you forward. It's like planting seeds. You don't see the plant immediately, but you water it, tend to it, and trust that growth is happening beneath the surface. Keep showing up, and one day you'll look back and see that all those little efforts added up to something extraordinary. So as you move forward, keep your eyes on the journey. Focus on the process, because in doing so, you're not just working toward a goal, you're building a life that's meaningful, grounded, and resilient. Remember, it's not just about where you're going. It's about who you're becoming every step of the way. Let's think about the journey and the destination. When we talk about success, we often envision the end result the moment we stand on top of the mountain, take in the view, and feel the pride of achievement. But life isn't just about reaching the summit. In fact, the true beauty and power of success lie in every step we take on the way there. Each of those steps, those challenges, those quiet victories gives life depth and meaning. When we embrace the journey, we allow ourselves to grow, learn, and truly experience what it means to become our best selves. In our rush to reach the goal, it's so easy to ignore the present moment, to miss the small, profound lessons along the way. But when we pause and take it all in, we realize that every obstacle, every struggle, and every success is there to teach us something, to strengthen us. Imagine climbing a mountain and only paying attention to the peak. You'd miss the sights, the sounds, the feeling of pushing through exhaustion and finding strength you didn't know you had. You'd miss the companionship of those climbing beside you, the wisdom of a difficult ascent. You see, it's the climb that changes us, that shows us what we're made of. Embracing the journey also means acknowledging that not every step will be easy, not every moment will be filled with joy or confidence. There will be times when we stumble, times when the mountain seems too steep, when we're exhausted, and giving up feels like the easiest option. But it's in those moments that we find out what we're truly capable of. It's in the process of pushing through fear and frustration that we become stronger, more resilient, and more certain of ourselves. This growth doesn't happen in an instant or at the end. It happens in the middle of the struggle, in the small, determined steps we take every single day. When we focus only on the destination, we place all our happiness and fulfillment in a future moment, a moment we hope will bring satisfaction. But the reality is, life unfolds in the present. It's happening right now in every single choice we make. If we're constantly looking ahead, waiting for that one day to bring us joy, we miss out on the richness of the here and now. Embracing the journey means finding contentment and purpose in each day, in each effort we put forth, even if it doesn't bring instant results. It means learning to celebrate progress, however small it may seem, and recognizing that growth happens in the process, not in a single grand moment. Imagine if we could wake up each day with a sense of gratitude for where we are right now, even if we're not exactly where we want to be. Imagine if we could look at every challenge as an opportunity, every setback as a lesson, every little win as a step forward. That's the power of embracing the journey. We become more present, more appreciative, and more open to all that life has to offer. We allow ourselves to feel the fullness of each moment, knowing that everything we're experiencing is part of a much larger picture. So, as we move forward, let's remember that the journey itself is where we're truly alive. It's where we discover who we are and what we're made of. And when we finally reach the destination, we'll realize that it's the journey that made it all worthwhile. Because success is not just about what we achieve, it's about the courage, patience, and resilience we gain along the way. Embrace the journey and you'll find that every step, every challenge, and every small victory has meaning. And that's where the true reward lies. When we talk about finding purpose, it's natural to think of the big picture, the grand mission, the big why behind what we're doing. But often the true purpose of our work and our lives isn't revealed in one single moment. Instead, it's hidden in the everyday steps we take, the moments that seem small and even ordinary. When we look closer, we start to see that every step, every action, every effort has meaning. Finding purpose in each step means realizing that everything we do contributes to something greater, even if we can't always see it in the moment. Every step we take is part of a chain, building upon the last, linking us to our future selves and our future accomplishments. Imagine building a wall. Each brick on its own may seem insignificant, but each one plays a crucial role in creating something strong, something lasting. If we focus only on the end result, we might rush the process, miss a brick, and end up with something that isn't stable. But if we treat each brick with care, placing it precisely, we build something that can stand the test of time. It's the same with our lives. Every action, every choice matters. When we find purpose in every step, we also learn to trust the process, even when it doesn't seem to be paying off right away. It's easy to get discouraged when we don't see immediate results, when we feel like we're giving so much but getting so little in return. But when we understand that each step has its own purpose, its own role in our growth, we start to see that we're always moving forward, even if progress isn't visible yet. We're planting seeds, nurturing them, and trusting that they'll grow in their own time. Sometimes the purpose of a step is simply to teach us patience, to remind us that not everything we do will bring instant gratification. But in learning to wait, to persist, we're becoming the kind of people who can achieve lasting success. Finding purpose in every step also reminds us to stay present. In a world that's constantly pushing us to move faster, to achieve more, to do everything as quickly as possible, it's easy to lose sight of the moment we're in. But when we find purpose in each step, we're giving ourselves permission to slow down, to truly experience each part of the journey. We're allowing ourselves to feel proud of every bit of progress, to feel grateful for every lesson learned. We're training ourselves to appreciate life, not just for the big moments, but for the everyday acts that fill our days with meaning. When we find purpose in every step, we're also saying that we value the process of growth. We're not just rushing toward a goal, but respecting the time, energy, and dedication that each step requires. We're showing ourselves that who we're becoming is just as important as what we're achieving. We're honoring the journey, and in doing so, we're building a life that's rich with meaning and fulfillment, one step at a time. So remember that every action matters. Every effort, no matter how small, is part of something larger, something meaningful. And when we start to see purpose in every step, we realize that we're not just working toward an outcome, we're creating a life that's full, purposeful, and deeply satisfying. Each step taken with intention is a testament to our commitment, our resilience, and our willingness to grow. Embrace every step, and let it bring you closer not just to your goals, but to a life filled with purpose. Consistency is one of the most underestimated powers in our lives. It doesn't have the flash of overnight success or the drama of a sudden breakthrough. It's quiet, unassuming, and often thankless, but it's the very thing that separates those who merely dream from those who achieve. Trusting the power of consistency means believing in the steady, often invisible progress that happens over time. It means showing up every single day, even when you don't see immediate results, knowing that each small step builds on the last and moves you closer to where you want to be. Consistency is the thread that weaves together our intentions, our actions, and ultimately our results. When we commit to doing something day in and day out, we're building more than just skills, we're building habits that become part of who we are. Over time, these small, repeated actions begin to define us. Each time we show up, we're reinforcing our commitment, proving to ourselves that we can be disciplined and focused. Trusting in consistency is about having faith in the long-term process, knowing that success isn't always obvious or immediate. Instead, it's the gradual accumulation of effort that shapes our lives in meaningful ways. Consistency teaches us patience. We live in a world that's used to instant gratification, where we can get information, food, and feedback within seconds. But true success doesn't happen overnight. Think of a tree growing. It doesn't sprout to full size in a day. It takes years of steady growth, of roots stretching deeper and branches spreading higher, until one day it's a towering presence. Consistency is the same way. We may not see progress day to day, but slowly, steadily, we're laying down roots, expanding our reach, and building something resilient and lasting. Each time we show up, we're adding another ring to that tree, another layer of strength and growth that can't be rushed. There's something powerful about the commitment to consistency, about deciding to show up no matter what. In those moments when motivation fades, when excitement turns to monotony, consistency is what keeps us moving forward. It's the promise we make to ourselves that we will keep going, keep pushing, keep trying, even on the days when it's hard, because those are the days that build character. Those are the days that test our commitment. Each time we choose to keep going, we're telling ourselves that our goals are worth it, that we are worth it. Consistency creates a foundation of self-trust. It shows us that we can rely on ourselves to stay the course, and that's a confidence no one can take away from us. Consistency also builds resilience. Life is unpredictable, and there will always be challenges, setbacks, and moments that make us question why we're even trying. But when we've built the habit of showing up, those setbacks don't have the power to stop us. They may slow us down, but they won't derail us. We've trained ourselves to keep going, to adjust, and to keep moving forward. This resilience becomes a part of who we are. We know we can face adversity and keep pushing through because we've done it before, one consistent step at a time. And then there's the incredible, often unexpected power of compounding. Small, consistent actions may seem insignificant in isolation, but when they're repeated over time, they have a way of building momentum and creating results that far surpass what we might have imagined. Imagine a single drop of water falling onto a stone. It doesn't seem like much, but given enough time, that steady drip has the power to carve a groove in the rock. Our actions are the same. They may feel small and unimportant in the moment, but compounded over time, they create change that's deep, lasting, and transformative. That's the power of consistency. When we trust in consistency, we're also embracing a sense of humility. We're acknowledging that we don't need to be perfect, that we don't need to have everything figured out right away. Instead, we're choosing to focus on doing what we can, day by day, and trusting that those small efforts will add up. We're giving ourselves permission to be human, to take imperfect steps, knowing that even imperfect consistency is better than bursts of perfection followed by long stretches of inactivity. We're choosing to believe that each small action, each small step has value. There will be days when progress feels non-existent, when we wonder if all this effort is worth it. But trusting in consistency means holding on to faith that even when we can't see it, change is happening. Growth is taking place. It may be slow. It may be invisible, but it's real. And one day we'll look back and see how far we've come, how each small effort contributed to something far greater than we realized. So let consistency be your guide.